Evening, Bobby. How are we?
Can you hear me?
Yo, I certainly can.
Right, what a performance I've had this week.
I've
just had to ask you to add me on chat because I couldn't. It didn't. Nothing recognises me now because I've used same account for so bloody long.
Yeah, well, there you go.
It's good as it's Google, but it remembers stuff, and then if you don't use it, it doesn't want to know.
All that.
Anyway, so
we're up. We're up.
You look all Christmassy there.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So
nice big Christmas tree in the background.
I want to thank yourself for helping me with some information regarding my channel, and the next one to mention is Noxie, because Noxie were on the ball. He was the first one to ring me up and tell me we're Noxie. So I've thanked him already. I'll thank him again. You can just see my cat in the background.
Yeah, you've just gone your mouthpiece is not working properly.
Wow, what's up with it?
It's all right now. It just went all crackly and funny.
Well, thank you, Noxie, for the help you've given me.
There you go again.
Bibby's helped me, and yourself. Craig's give me some info. So I'm on top of it at the moment.
That's good.
I've managed to get an old channel back that has 700 odd subscribers still there. So I might be able to, get that up and running, because you can't stand still waiting for them, can you?
No.
I've done what you've said, and most I got today. I tried to ring them today, and furthest I got was leave a message.
All right. Apologies, you see.
So I did leave a message saying,
they're all doing pantomime, all them Irish people.
Yes. So
they're all in
pantomime. Saying, Paul says you mess about, can you get back to me? And I says, oh, not Paul again.
Anyway, just all back a moment, Bobby, because you're.
Am I too loud now?
No, your microphone's not working properly, mate. It keeps going off and coming back on again.
Does it?
Yeah.
Let me just get my settings here.
It's as though you've got your connection's not plugged in properly. That kind of thing where it crackles and shit like that. Shit like that. That's a technical term, and it's shit like that. Anyway, just while Bobby's sorting this, we're not hearing you at all now, Bobby.
Everybody in the chat.
No, we're not hearing you, mate. No, we're not hearing you. Not hearing you. I'm like a bloody parrot. Anyway, good evening, everybody. Hope you're all good. I'm not going to. Yeah, there you go. You just come back.
Well, I did on this program you use for your lives. It's got a mic at bottom and camera, and you can test run them. So I've just done a runner test. It says it's okay. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's.
I don't want to touch out here, you see, unless
I don't be touching that call, because it just keeps crackling a bit and then going off and then coming back on again.
Right.
Anyway, we're there. We're running. We're up and running, and we're on the case and whatever. So,
yes. Good evening, Kelsey. The lovely Kelsey's in to keep the chat in order. Baby's here. Noxie's here. So, what's happened this week with the quiz? Well, is it not on?
Didn't do a quiz this week because I'm a bit. I don't know. There's a word for it, but I can't remember what the word is. But I'm a bit that way anyway.
And the quizzes have turned up early and all.
Yeah, there you go. Keep them on the toes. So, I did mention last night that I would give an answer. And somebody needs to tell me the question to the answer I'm going to give. So a bit later on, I'll throw out an answer for something. And to win the quiz this week, you just have to tell me what the question was for the answer. Okay?
There you go.
There you go. Nobody will get it.
He loves it, doesn't he? He loves it. He's ruthless. He takes no prisoners, does he, Paul?
No, I'm not taking anybody.
Helen, how about bringing a guest on this week? What about Bibby or Noxie jumping on? Cause
Yeah, I don't mind.
you know them two.
I think
Bibby had a live last night, and I jumped on, and Noxie were on, so they've no excuse. They could jump on and have a chat with us.
So I didn't notice Bibby last night. Am I saying that? I wasn't on last night, so.
Well, the link's at the top of the page. You're going to jump on and have a chat with us.
Yeah, the link's still there, I think.
I'll say Merry Christmas.
I can drop it in again later if anybody wants to come on. But
well, I'll say Merry Christmas to everybody, and I'm sure Paul will say bar humbug.
Yeah. Christmas.
Paul, I know you mean well, mate.
We're on the run up to summer now, aren't we? You know, we've got over the long dark days. Now we're on the longer days.
What kind of summer did we have? Much, was it?
No, I think it was about June the 5th, I think. I seem to recall that was a hot day.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think the shortest day was on the 21st.
Yeah, you was.
Yeah. I've been noticing where we are, it were getting dark enough to put lighting on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, was just let me ask you a question there. So if you're putting lighting on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, was it the big light you were putting on?
The big light.
Well, God, what a nightmare.
Baby won't know because they only have big lights up north. They only have big lights up north. Yes, and I noticed even 2 days later, it was 4 o'clock before I put any lighting on today. So it's going right way. That's positive thinking. That's the way you have to look.
Shout out to Sharon.
There you go, Sharon.
Is Sharon on board?
Yeah, well, she just popped in to wish us all a Merry Christmas and a big shout out for my mate Levi. So there you go.
That's lovely.
Shout out.
That's lovely.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to jump on, you can. Okay.
Yeah, come on, Noxie. Come on, Bibby.
Don't mind.
Well,
last Monday night, Bibby came on straight away. Took your place, when you didn't bother turning up.
I didn't bother turning up. I can't thank him enough. That was great that you stepped in there, Bibby. But like Bibby says, we all work together. We're all, you help each other out. And, so on a serious note, I'm a little bit overwhelmed how people stepped up this week and helped me, with my channel.
Well, that's what we're there for. And that's part of the community, mate, isn't it?
Even in this corner of YouTube, we help each other, and that's great.
What corner?
Well, the corner that we're in. I mean, we're
right. Is it a corner?
I suppose we're creating a corner. Because that's how it works. YouTube. We've got people that come in with their channels. They've got channels. It's a knock-on effect, isn't it? So somebody who's watching us, somebody will be watching their channel. They might talk about us, and next thing you know, that's how it works, isn't it? It's everything gets passed on, Mum.
Allegedly so.
Well, that's apparently.
Apparently so. Sorry,
but somebody was telling me that YouTube don't give a toss about small channels.
I don't think that's right, quite honestly.
Well, they said they've looked into it, and apparently the big channels with 1 million subs and all that, they're making great revenue off them with advertising.
Well, they will do,
right?
Because you've got all that many people.
Channels like mine who are 5,000 who have bringing revenue because I have advertising. It costs them more to support me than it does than they make. But it's the old story, I believe. Without the pennies, you don't have the pound.
Yeah.
So
you see, I mean, when you look at it, your channel's on and up at the moment, isn't it? Because it's on Bitcoin.
Oh, hey, don't start that. They've put 5 videos up now.
I know. It's another one's just come up.
Well, I bet they're untraceable because I bet it's a bot, whatever a bot is.
It will be. It'll be a bot.
And they won't be able to trace them.
It'll be a bot because that's why I can still get onto your channel doing a live.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because I've still got the rights to get on. So
this other channel.
Say what you mean, darling.
I'm gonna try and see. I'm gonna try it myself. See if I can get on a live on that channel. See if I can upset them. Whoever's doing it.
Well, they won't be watching.
Well, no, but I'll tell them, don't listen to this Bitcoin rubbish.
I can get you on a live if you want to go on a live on your channel.
I'll have a look, but I don't want to rock the boat with YouTube. I don't want to be doing something and
What I'm
saying,
saying is, if you want to get onto your channel as you, I can get onto your channel.
Oh yeah, I know.
As
I
me,
don't doubt you can,
and do this, and it goes on you, and I'll come out the picture, and you stay on the picture.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
You know what I mean? I don't want to sit on it.
What I'm saying, Paul, is
I know what you're saying.
Put it into their hands now, aren't I? So
Yeah,
I don't want them sending me emails saying, "Well, you shouldn't be doing that because it's upsetting what we're doing."
Right.
You don't know what they do, do you? I mean,
yeah.
But I'm very surprised at YouTube. I'd have thought they'd have frozen the channel, which they could do easily.
Yeah, because quite honestly, I've reported all them videos I've reported as spam, harassment, God knows what. I've reported them as 3 different people.
Right. They'll be getting the message, but it might push me up the queue a little bit because there's a queue in a list.
But like I say, it's coming up to Christmas, and all the elves across in Ireland will all be on fucking pantomime this week.
Hey, you're not first one to swear this week. Have you seen chat? Noxie's first one to swear.
Yeah, Noxie, I've reported all of them as spam, and I've done it as 3 different accounts because I can get on as 3 different people.
Well, there you go. Hey, you're not one of these. Hey, you might be an hacker, Matt Paul.
Might be what?
You might be an hacker.
No. I went on as genealogy channel because that's a channel on its own. I went on as my own channel, and I went on as my sister's channel.
Right.
So,
well, if anybody don't know, I'll just point out because they wonder how you know so much. Paul used to work in the tech industry, didn't you, Paul?
I did, yeah.
What was it you actually did?
I was a Microsoft certified systems engineer.
So there you go. So
I did used to work for Nottingham City Council in the IT department until they decided that I was as sick as a fucking dustbin lid.
You were?
No, it was that I had a stroke and I couldn't do my job properly.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I could do the work, but I couldn't explain to people. So when I'm on the phone to somebody, I couldn't say to them what they needed to do.
So part of your job was to communicate through the telephones.
Yeah, so I was on telephone and third line calls and going out to visit sites. I was on it all.
Right.
But like I say, it wasn't a very serious stroke, but it was enough to blow my memory, and I couldn't do my job properly. So they decided enough was enough, and they'd let me go. So I took early retirement, took a bucket of money off them, and got a nice small pension. So yeah, it worked out all right in the end.
Yes, it's at least respected you and didn't just shove you to one side,
No. I mean, I had 10 months off on sick. First 6 months was full pay, and the rest was half pay.
Yes.
And after the 6 months, they said you can come back if you want, part time, and if you don't feel well, you can go home. Do what you want, really. And I did. I just went back after 6 months and did a day here and a day there and half a day and whatever.
Found it too much.
But I just couldn't get back into it. That's all.
No.
But I'm getting back into it now because I'm on it every day. So things are coming back.
Thing is, it changes all the time, doesn't it?
Yeah. And of course,
not
everything is Microsoft nowadays.
No, I mean they dominated it, didn't they, for years?
Back in the day, it was all everything was bloody Microsoft.
Well, they let Bill Gates, they let him monopolize on it, which they shouldn't have done.
Well, he was the one who started it.
Well, he came along, didn't he? And long before he had the hold on it, he had the monopoly on it long before Apple came along.
Well, the bloke from Apple left Bill Gates.
Steve Jobs, were it?
I think it was Steve Jobs.
His
I don't
one guy.
remember names, but the bloke from Apple who started on Apple used to be with
Bill Gates.
Billy Gates, and there was another guy. I can't remember the other guy, and they all used to work from Bill Gates's thing where you park your car, garage.
Right.
And
Right.
Microsoft started in Bill Gates's garage,
Right.
and then they fell out, and the other bloke went and started Apple because he didn't like the way Billy Gates was going, really.
Well, I read the story. I don't know if it's true that they tried to sell this computer business. It's not the internet, but this computers door to door to start off with, and they got people weren't interested because they didn't want to type,
and they didn't understand it.
So it was like part of it you had to put computer language in, and then part of it you could type a letter, sort of thing. And people just didn't want to type. So what revolutionized it, when it kicked off, was when the guy invented the mouse. When he added that to it, it made such a difference to general public. They said, "Oh, I can put shove a mouse right about, but it's amazing. If it hadn't been for that mouse, people wouldn't have taken off."
Well, yeah. If it hadn't been for the US military, we wouldn't have had an internet.
No, we wouldn't. I heard that it was
or not necessarily the internet. The what do you call those things where you go and learn stuff? Not schools, universities.
Right.
It was a way the universities in America used to pass information between themselves was the internet. So,
well, I looked into it, and it said that it was developed in the 1960s by the military, who used it as a form of communication, the internet.
Yeah, they did.
And it wasn't, no general use, you couldn't, it would be no good to anybody anyway, because they wouldn't understand it. But it was an English guy who actually created the internet as we know it.
It was.
And he brought this platform, because that's what the internet is. It's a platform.
Do you know what the English guy's name was?
I don't know.
Oh, there you go then. I don't either.
But it's him who brought it to the forefront of the public, and since 2000, year 2000, it's been absolutely hectic. And the problem is monitoring it, policing it, if you like.
Yeah, there's no chance of them.
Out of all the countries, how many countries in the world, Paul? Let's say there's 200. I think there's more than that, but it says 200 countries in the world, all have different laws. So with this VPN business, I put a VPN. No IP can be picked up, and they don't know where I'm coming from. I say I'm in Romania because Romania allow you to do this and UK don't. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It can.
Laws can be broken. But how do you police the internet? You can't, can you?
With difficulty.
Because there's so much different laws,
Yeah.
I mean, there's
technical.
there's people I know. There's a guy I know. He's American, and he does conspiracy theories, but he lives in UK. But he logs on as if he's in America.
Yeah.
The freedom of speech in America is a lot better than it is here. Now, if he logged on as being in this country, YouTube would shut him down. Yet you and me are allowed to listen to what he's got to say. It's crackers, isn't it? You just cannot monitor it.
Well, that's freedom of speech, unfortunately.
But we don't have it. It depends on your country. We can listen to it, but we can't say it because our freedom isn't as freedom of speech isn't as the media's hands in this country are tied that much. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Anyway, that's just a little rant I've had. Anyway, what's Noxie doing with five accounts? What's he doing with 5 accounts, Noxie?
He isn't. He said he's reported all 5 videos.
Yeah, then he's put underneath on all 5 of my accounts.
Oh, right. Okay. I never saw that one.
He's one of you. He's one of you.
Yeah. It's my dad's bigger than yours.
Well, I get confused. I've got 2 channels.
Well, there you go. You've got 2.
I've had 2 channels for a while. I've had a Honest Truth channel and an Honest Truth 2, which is a backup channel. I couldn't remember my password for the second one, so that went static when this one went down.
Well, Bobby, you could have just phoned up them Bitcoin people and said, "What's me?"
Oh, I know. So I created another one, which I told everybody about yesterday. Now I've managed to get into my second one. So it's too much for me. My head's in bits.
Well,
All I can say is, hopefully, my main channel will come back and I'll be happy, and I can move on.
I've told you what you need to do.
Well, I'm getting a Japanese password.
You do what I said to do.
Yes, I know.
Get sorted.
I'll tell the people in the chat. I got my wrist slapped off, Paul, for having weak passwords, and he's been through it with me and told me how to do it. So just give that information about how the safety of it, Paul. Let these know.
Weak passwords wasn't the. I don't know what the word is really. He had some really weak passwords.
Yeah.
But
you tell these in chat just how easy it is. They can. I was shocked how easy they can get hold of them.
It's not difficult for a piece of software to crack passwords when it's all bloody letters. You know what I mean? So, I don't know what it was. I was watching a program the other day and somebody said, "Oh, what you want to do for your password is pick 3 random words." Oh, yeah, okay. Pig, dog, and rat bag. There you go. And then that's okay. Well, it isn't, because the piece of software will be in the background going, "Oh yeah, pig. Oh, we've got pig." Blah, 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 blah. Boom. And in 10 minutes, your password's cracked. You've got to make it really difficult. And the easy way to make passwords difficult is to go on your Google account, use your password manager, and do a checkup on your passwords. And it'll tell you which are compromised, which are weak, which you've used on more than one channel. And it'll show you all the places where you've used your password. And if you don't use your password on those places anymore, delete them. Get rid. If you're not logging into biscuittin.co.uk anymore with I'm a swinger, just delete it.
Right.
And okay.
The golden rule I learned off Paul was, don't use the same password twice.
No, you only need one password.
No, but you said to me, don't use it on everything.
No, you can't, because if they crack it on one, they've cracked it on everything.
That's what I said.
So there you go. Just use a bit of common sense, and common sense tells you if you're going to put 1, 2, 3 at the end of a password, it's no good. But if you press Shift 1, 2, 3, it is good, because it's not 1, 2, 3. It's exclamation.
Yes, when you hold the shift down
and a pound sign. So it's 1, 2, 3 becomes difficult. So it's not difficult to make a password. And in this day and age, there's lots and lots of password generating programs out there that will generate a secure password for you. And just generate a password and whack it into your password manager.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
Yes.
Make sure that your password to get in your Google is bloody strong.
Yeah.
There you go.
9 times out of 10, when you put a password in, it'll tell you if it's weak or strong. Or
yeah. But so some sites will say, "Oh, you need a password that's 8 to 10 letters, and it must use a cap and one other thing." I don't know what you call those other things, hypersand or whatever.
Yeah.
And so you put it in, and it'll say, "Oh, that's it, good password." Well, it isn't that bloody good.
No.
Because having one capital letter, because most people put the capital at the beginning of the bloody password to make it easy to type. And then most people would either do an @ symbol or a plus. Boom, boom.
I'm just looking at chat, and I missed it earlier. It says Kelsey put, "I couldn't help Bobby, but I was cheerleading from the side." That's a lovely thing to say, Kelsey. A lovely thing to say. you know, and yeah, it is overwhelming when people step in to help you. I mean, you got some of it, Paul. I mean, it must have been mad when you first saw this side, this corner that Levi were involved with, but you did get a lot of support, didn't you? As well as a lot of bloody madness.
Hi, Chrissy. Yeah, that's the one, mate. Using a password manager with passwords with lowercase, high case, and special characters. That was the word I was looking for. Special characters.
I'm a special character.
Yeah, I'm special as well. My mum said I was special when I was young.
We're all special to us mums. God bless them all mothers and fathers who bring kids up.
It's all right if you know who your father is. That's a cracker, isn't it? If you know who he is.
Yeah. Oh no, you're the one off though, Paul. You're the one off the block. You
didn't miss the quiz because there hasn't been one this evening. So I'm going to give an answer to a question.
Hold on, Paul. Look at
10 minutes.
Paul, look at Kelsey being cheeky. What's she putting in?
Get in, Kelsey. You get him told.
He'd have been fuming if he hadn't heard you say that.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna give an answer to a question in about 5 or 10 minutes, and you'll have 20 minutes.
What was the question again?
I'm not telling you what the bloody question is.
Babies have just joined and he wants to know.
I haven't said the question.
All right. Well, how can they get you an answer then?
No, I give the answer. They give the question to the answer. I've gone over his head. You go. He's lost it.
Anyway, Chrissy's put, after seeing Bobby's channel being hacked, I did a renew of all my passwords.
Well done. That's what you need to do. Go through your account, go through all your passwords, and make sure that they're not used on any other site. They're only used on one site, and they're not easy to crack. And you don't have to think of them yourself because there's password managers out. Well, Google password managers as good as any.
Ooh.
As long as you've got a secure password to your Google, that's all.
And have you got one of these? Have you got one of these password creators?
I've got a couple.
Have you?
They're just online. I just use a couple of online password generators, but I normally use Google, because if you go to a site to log in and you put your email address and it says what's your password, and you go to start your password, and up pops Google saying, do you want me to generate a big password? I can't remember the words, but it asks you if you want them to generate a secure password. You just say yeah, and it'll secure it. Boom, done. You don't even have to bloody remember it.
So where do you keep all your passwords?
In the password manager.
Yeah, you don't write them down physically?
No, I don't write knack all down. I can't fucking write anyway, so.
I just wondered, because back in the day, I used to write everything down.
Yeah.
As a backup, you know, I had a secret
It's not a backup, is it? Writing stuff down, it's shite.
No, but it's nobody else can get to it if it's.
You don't know that, do you?
Well, unless they come into your house.
Ba-bum.
The question is the answer, and the answer is the question. Is that what Kelsey's put? Is that it?
What?
Kelsey's put the question is the answer,
and the answer is the question. No, that's not it, because I haven't given the answer yet. I said about 5-10 minutes. So 25 to 8, I'll give an answer to a question, and you need to tell me what the question was that I've answered. Okay? There you go.
That's
anyway,
that's backwards.
Yeah.
Bloody backwards.
Well, it's,
if you watch them buggers who come from East Yorkshire, you know.
You know.
Not right. When they brought up that, you know, Wick Coast at Sydenham, I'm sure that water must get in the lugs.
It does all the time.
It shakes the brain up because they talk bloody backwards.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I thought I'd make it so difficult that nobody will get another dot on the quiz board. Sick of putting dots on the quiz board.
As I said, my sister-in-law lives at Bridlington. She loves it.
I do, yeah. It's great. When
went there through work because she's a radiographer, you know, and does X-rays in hospital. And she works for NHS, and they give her opportunity of moving to working in Scarborough, because I don't think Brid has an hospital, does it?
Well, it does, but I don't know what it's used for, quite honestly.
Well, she works at Scarborough one, and she preferred Brid to Scarborough, so she moved.
Well, you know, it took a long, long time for Brid to get a hospital.
Right.
A long time. And then it just seemed to, you know, no, everything goes to Scarborough.
Was it a big hospital, Scarborough, like?
Scarborough is, yeah, fairly big.
Right.
But, I mean, Brid Hospital wasn't small, you know.
Yes.
We used to have, and I can't remember exactly, but we used to have about 6 hospitals in Brid.
Well, that back in the day, that happened, that.
Yeah, back in the day. So you had small cottage hospitals and
isolation hospitals.
Yeah, we had all sorts of hospitals, and
children's. Yeah, there were all sorts.
All down, and opened up this brand new building up on outside of Brid, up on the hill there. And I don't think it was 5, maybe 10 years, and then all of a sudden, boom, everything goes to Scarborough. Now, I've noticed when I drive to Brid that there's a sign saying hospital, you know, the H hospital.
Yes.
And then under it says not 24 hours, and then it says UTC. Well, I've no idea what UTC is, so it's probably some kind of pissing disease. Don't know. Anyway, right. I don't want to go in Brid Hospital. Even if it was an hospital, I wouldn't go in.
But back at you're talking about there. I remember when I was a kid. There were an isolation hospital, there were a children's hospital, they were all small places, not huge places.
But yeah.
They seem to be dotted around area, you know.
Yeah, they go around the town.
Then, like, come about 80s, late 70s, 80s, all of a sudden they were building these big breeze block buildings and shoving them all in at one, weren't they? You know, because hospitals, when I was a kid, there were very few that had more than one floor. You know, they were all one floor. It was more. They looked more like a bloody clinic. But yeah, now it's all one centre, isn't it? It's one big centre. But yeah, it's changed. It's changed. They're all knocked down. That's this.
Yeah. They sold them all.
It just shows how things change over years. I wonder why they did that instead of just updated them.
Well, it was, you know. Probably it was a Labour government was in power.
Right. Well, don't talk about Labour, this bugger that's on. Oh.
I'm not on Santa's list, Noxie. I've been a bad boy this year.
He's never been on. He's never been on. Yeah.
So,
I bet he was on a kid down their street, didn't get an apple and orange for Christmas. I bet he got note.
We couldn't get out.
It's all different now. Well, they all want bloody iPhones and computers.
We used to get an orange and some nuts.
Yeah. It was fruit, wasn't it? You got fruit.
Yeah.
And you might get. I got fruit, and I might get one toy. You know, my sister might get a doll. I might get a little cat or a little card or something.
Yeah,
and that, you were happy with that, weren't you?
Well, to tell you the truth, Bobby, I was. If I sat here and thought about all the Christmases that I had at home, I don't think I could tell you one present that I got.
Can't you?
No, I mean I can remember getting apples and oranges and stuff in a stocking, but present-wise,
you say
I can't remember. But I can remember Christmas days and stuff like that. So,
and your mum did all that without your dad there.
Yeah.
That's you got to respect your mum for that, because it's not an easy thing to do.
Wow.
You know, I had my dad there, so we're fortunate. He used to pretend to be Santa and all that business.
When I say I didn't have, my dad wasn't there. My sister's dad was there, and he treated all of us as though
that's nice.
We were all the same. We were all.
Well, that's a good family.
You're my son and stuff like that.
Aye, they said good family.
He never once clipped me lug.
No.
My mum did.
Family values it. It's good. It's good to hear, isn't it? You know.
Yeah. No, it's
because in fairness, Paul, but people, your mother had been looked down on by some.
Oh,
On others. And that me saying that phrase there, look down on some by some. Some won't understand that, these young'uns. They'll go,
yeah.
why would you surely should admire a woman bringing kids up on the, which we do. But back in the day,
No, they
a
didn't.
woman on her own, there were questions asked, weren't there?
Lots. Well, there was for my mum, so
Yeah, and a lot of people won't understand that, you know.
you know, my past is not a don't know. It's not a pretty past, if you know what I mean.
No, I mean, I'm not saying this is your situation in the slightest, but I remember when I was at school, there was just one lass. I was 15, nearing end at school, finishing school, and I was 15, and this lass in my year, all of a sudden she disappeared, and we all said, "Where is she?" Apparently, she got pregnant. They took her out to school, and nobody ever saw her again. That's how it was.
Yeah.
Now they put him in an house and bloody start giving him money.
Well, funny, I do genealogy.
Yes.
And for the past 2 years, and I'm not going to mention names or anything, but for the past 2 years, a woman of my age asked if I could help to find a son. So I said, yeah, I'll give it a go. And she took a DNA and all that kind of things, and we put it all online and went blah, 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 and whatever. And then when I got talking to her, she had a son when she was 17. She used to live in Bradford, and her dad and her mum took her to Harrogate and put her in a nunnery place. I don't know what you call these places.
Yeah,
they stuck her in the place where she could have the baby.
Usually Catholics do it, don't they?
And she had the baby, and they took it straight off her.
Yeah.
They brought her home and said she'd been on holiday for 6 months.
It wasn't accepted, was it? In the slide.
No. So, she didn't want to, but that's what happened. And then, of course, boom.
Yeah.
She's, 60 years later, 60-ish years later, she's thinking, I wonder if he's out there. Well, we haven't found him, but I've found lots of cousins and stuff like that. But the son is still hiding. But if he ever does a DNA, it's going to pop up.
Do
you know what I mean? So, there's back in the day, it was a different thing, wasn't it?
Well, communities were different.
Yeah.
Everybody lived in and out of each other's houses. Kids were safe because you could just go in any house on the street.
Bloody hell.
And on the street, if you were a kid walking down the street, you don't need to walk 200 yards and there'll be at least 3 adults there. What are you doing around here? Or what does your mother know you're there? They took interest in what were happening, didn't they?
Yeah.
And you didn't have to lock doors. Everybody hears that, but it were true.
Big shout out, Spiky Speaks Out.
But if you remember back in the day, one of the reasons they didn't lock doors, or didn't have to, because there were always somebody in. But there were always somebody in, weren't there?
Yeah.
It's not like now. It's not a 24/7 world where mum and dad's out working, kids are at school, and there's nobody in at all. It wasn't like that at all. No. And I don't know about you, but I was youngest sibling. I got an older sister, and she had to get me ready for school, get me to school, because my mum and dad had gone to work.
I was the youngest boy.
Yeah, so everybody had the job to do. Mine was lighting fire. I used to have to light fire in the morning, and I couldn't half do it fast in winter when it was cold. And you know what I used to do? 9 to 4, because we used to have this cellar with coiling and cellar steps, bottom of cellar steps. No word of a lie, with my dad had a small axe and loads of bits of wood. And I'm not joking, at 10-year-old, I was chopping these bits of wood, making, what they call it. What they call it, you put on fire. Yes. And we're making that. And I used to do it on a night, using my head, thinking, if I do it tonight, I can make fire quick in the morning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how you learn. That's how you learn. And if you pass these skills on, don't you? But as you get older, Paul, you don't have to. Now it's a central heated world. Nobody knows what it's like to have a coil fire. Nobody knows what it's like having that fire lit. It's heating your house.
Nice, isn't it?
It's warm. It's warming your water. And what people wonder why everybody in olden days used to put their bed up against chimney breast, because that were always warm.
Yeah,
It were all thinking, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And if I questioned any of this when I was younger, they'd say, "You're daft, lad. Are you daft? Use your head." And what a case of using your head. But these things I'm talking about, a lot of young ones won't have a clue because they don't have to. It's push a button now, isn't it? It's carpets everywhere. Not bloody lino. I'm having a rant here, Paul, aren't I?
No, it's it's normally me that bloody rants, Bobby.
Did you have a job as a kid in house?
Yeah, I made the fire.
You made the fire, did you?
I used to have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and make the fire so that it was hot water for when my two elder brothers got up to get ready for work.
Yes.
So
did you used to get Duke's newspaper to draw it in?
Yeah, and we didn't have kindling. We used to use newspaper, and you used to wrap the newspaper up, and I can't explain how it was, but you wrap it up like a Christmas crackery type thing, and
you twist it,
and twist it and all that, make it tight, and then you put them on the bottom of three links on top and set fire to it.
Yeah.
And then boom, away you go.
Well, I'm a bit younger than you, so I was lucky. We had firelighters.
No, we didn't have firelighters. We couldn't afford bloody firelighters.
Well, unless we run out, and then because if I used too many too soon, she won't get any more. My mum, she'd say, "No, you've used them all."
I was a firelighter.
But there's no nicer than a fire, bloody.
Oh no!
Sat in front of fire.
I used to like sitting in front of fire, but
you ever look for pictures when you were a kid in fire?
When you only have one room that's warm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All the other rooms are bloody cold. But the one room you've got the fire in.
Oh, you didn't leave a door open?
No, you wait out. You've got a clip round dog if you left the door open.
But like I say, that's why people used to put the bed up against the chimney breast in bedrooms, because it'd warm it up. It's all heat coming upstairs, isn't it? That's the only place you'd get warm upstairs in the chimney breast room. Aye, them days have gone, mate. Them days have gone. Coil man coming down. And it was my job when he turned up, because we had a little cellar, and you had coil shooter outside. He used to tip it in.
Maybe, I don't know what you mean. Do you know what's the nicer? The whole house. What's nicer? The whole house being warm. Do you know what's nicer? The whole house being warm. Yeah. Well, yeah, but they are now, aren't they? They're all warm nowadays.
Do you know what's nicer? The whole house being warm. Yeah, I appreciate that, baby. And it's to us, to me and Paul growing up, that'd have been a luxury, having your whole house warm. To be able to walk right house, freely and not feel a change in temperature would be a nice thing, wouldn't it, when you're a kid?
Yeah.
I mean, we used to have bloody wake up and there'd be frost on the inside of bloody windows.
It was, yeah. Yeah. No.
So until the first person got
up. Yeah, get away.
But it
those good days.
Anyway, he used to pour this coil oil outside, shoot.
Yeah, we didn't have a coal iron.
Didn't you? Well, he'd pour it out.
You had to carry it in through the back and into the.
Oh well, he used to tip it down for us.
We had a bunker in the back.
Now and again, it'd be a bunker outside.
Yeah.
But now and again, if he were busy, he'd just leave it outside, and we'd do it. Mum and Dad would do it. I couldn't lift it when I was little, and I used to have to run down to the cellar when I heard him coming to shovel it away from oil, otherwise it'd block up. And he'd only managed to put one bag down; it was blocked up. So I used to rush and get it out that way. Oh yeah, it was a cracking, but it was lovely when you come home from school and fire were lit, and I used to look at pictures, and I tell you what I did like Sunday nights. We used to share the bath, me and my sister. She'd get in first, and then I'd get in after, in what she'd been in, and then we'd have a supper sat in front of the fire before going to bed for school. I used to love that on a Sunday. Them days have gone.
Those medieval days are past.
Well, it's 100 miles an hour now, isn't it?
Yeah. We just
it's central heating. It just killed everything, didn't it?
we just live a different life now.
Yeah.
But I'm not knocking it. I love it. I think it's great. It's nice to get up in the morning and don't have to put on 40 pieces of clothing to get warm.
He's right, he's Bibby. There, look, you both act like it's a good old days, but it's like, to me, it's like sounds medieval. Yeah, it does, mate. But it had so much character. There was so much to do, wasn't there, Paul? It wasn't just.
No.
You never got bored. You never got bored.
When I first got married, 1970, I married a coal miner's daughter. Only a coal miner's daughter, but could she dig them? Oh no.
A coal man or a coal miner's?
A coal miner's daughter.
Coal miner's daughter, right?
Miner's daughter.
Yes.
And the first time I went to their house, the fire, where I stayed for a week, and the fire never went out once.
No.
24 hours. It was on 24 hours. I thought it had been living in bloody luxury. The whole house was red hot because the fire was on. And what it was is the miners used to get a ton of coal delivered.
Get free.
Everything, it was free.
Yeah,
so of course, you chuck it all on fire.
Do you remember scraping tray out underneath and all
ash.
Embers dropping through, and
I can tell you now, I used to go to the when I was really young, I used to go to the railway lines at the bottom of the road. It wasn't at the bottom of the road, it was fairly close, and you used to go and pick the coal up. What had been dropped by the steam trains going by, because as they're chucking coal in, coal would drop out.
Yeah.
And used to go along to.
I collect it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you could. I mean, it was everywhere, wasn't it? Especially in these small towns. I mean, I come from an heavy woolen district and a coal mining district.
Yeah.
And it was everywhere. There were a pithead. Every other bloody village.
Yeah. You don't see them now, do you?
No, they filled them all in, didn't they?
They're all gone, and you get a couple of those round things,
Maggie Thatcher got shut in them all and got bloody Polish coal in. Too expensive now, they can't afford it. But hey, that's it. But I mean, Knox's I used to get a clip off my granddad if I didn't keep the fire going. I was only bloody 7.
Yeah.
Oh, if you let it go down, you were in bloody trouble, because once that fire went out, it dropped it.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
It was a bloody nightmare.
Kelsey's puts, Knoxy, same for me. My job was filling the coal scuttle, but I love the little brush set on a stand cleaning the half. Hey, they used to have a little stand, didn't they? My mum used to collect brass.
Oh, it used to have a little brush, a little shovelly thing, and a poker.
Yeah.
I can remember the poker well because my mum used to use it on me.
We had a tiled fireplace, and there were always a cracked tile, weren't there?
Yeah, we didn't have a tile. Ours was black.
Right.
Call it. My mum used to do it every Monday morning. Black, and I can't remember the name for it, but
it sounds like
something.
And was it cast iron?
Yeah, but it was black, and you had to put
black. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Aye.
You know what I mean? You had to put some black shit on it to make it right. And then, of course, so on a Monday morning, because on a Monday morning, my job was get up, get the fire on, so that there was hot water. Then my mum would come down and she'd get the dolly tub outside with the hot water in and start doing the washing and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then while the washing is hanging on the line or whatever, she'd be there and she'd be doing the front step and the back step, with the.
Do it steps. That's
no, you have to do your steps. Bloody ridiculous.
That's where all nattering went on. All women used to go bloody front steps.
Yeah. Front and back doors.
And we used to have a twin tub when we got a washer that you didn't have to do by hand, didn't have to do it by hand. Them twin tubs you plugged in?
Yeah.
And me and my sister used to have to sit on it because it bounced across room. She'd say, right, next load's going in now, you better get on. And we'd sit there while it's going round, and because they were that bloody frantic, these things.
Now, Kelsey, Knox has just come up with a word there. Look, dubbing.
Dubbing, that's it.
My reward was my granddad would dubbing my shoes.
Oh, dubbing shoes as well. We used to do that on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
We used to do that on a Sunday night for school.
The next brother up from me, he used to be the shoe man in the house. So he used to have to do the shoes.
I don't think Bibby's impressed. He says, I'm glad I was born in the generation I was. That sounds shit.
Well, it does sound shit, but it wasn't when you were living through it. You know, in 50 years' time, when people are looking back and you're saying to your grandkids or whatever, oh, back in the day, we had to switch the light on and do all that. And they'd be saying, what the fuck's that all about? It was on automatic.
Yeah. It's all smart stuff then. And maybe they'll be going, I remember we used to have to get up and open the door.
Yeah.
Now you just out the door top and it does it.
Yeah. So
Kelsey's got it right there. Look, Kelsey's got it right. She says, where is it? She remembers the long tongues for the she remembers the long tongues for the twin tub, does Kelsey. Yeah, you remember long tongues when washing when in hot water?
We never had any. We didn't have a washing machine, Bobby. So
oh, we did.
Our washing machine was my mum with the dolly tub and the
mangle.
I used to have to turn the mangle while she put it through.
I was never allowed to because it was deadly. That if you got hold of you.
So only if you put your hand in it.
But being a young kid, like she didn't trust me. So my sister used to she used to swing on handles to get it to go round. Yeah. But my dad kept them all up on them so that they make sure they worked. Because it was the only way you had to doing it. And it's same with, I know I'm going on a bit now, but we didn't have a freezer or fridge. No. So we had a larder, which we made of stone.
Yeah, never heard of a bloody fridge.
Just a little cupboard, a walking cupboard, wasn't it, Paul? And I had a concrete bench in there.
Yeah, cool.
A table. And you'd keep all your milk and your butter and out that could go off, bread. You'd keep it in there. And it'd stay fresh. And in summer, my mum used to put milk in a water bottle, in a bucket of water, if it was too warm, so it didn't go off. But we used to have that model milk. Remember model milk? I don't know if you remember it, sterilised.
Yeah, I know what sterilised milk is, but them funny bloody shaped bottles, I can't.
Well, it lasted longer. That's why.
It's not a thing we did. Was sterilised milk.
Well, you were posh then because it was cheaper because it lasted longer.
Yeah, but it's shit in it.
Oh yeah.
It's like supping toilet water.
My grandma used to get that bloody carnation milk, evaporated milk, and water it down.
Yeah, well, my mum's done that.
And
I mean, when you think that a pint of milk was an halfpenny, well, now is it really?
No, but
and it came every morning. So
oh yeah, that's
and it. Then if my brother was being kind, he'd run down the street nicking everybody else's.
You say you wouldn't have that trust now, would you? You wouldn't have that trust. You couldn't. I mean, like I said, baby, you won't understand, and I appreciate it because there's lots baby, that we don't understand. But every other house, if not every house, used to have 1 or 2 bottles of milk outside. Every morning, and people, they're still going to shop to get a bottle of milk. Don't pinch one. They were a mutual trust, weren't there?
The only time you were knocked on your milk was when it was cold and the birds would peck through the thing.
Oh, I've seen once or twice, Paul, when it's frozen.
Yeah.
It's come out as on a long top. It's come out to push top off its ice, and it's come out as like a lollipop because it was that cold. You've seen that, damn. Like you said, birds would get it. Anyway, I don't want to get bibby. What's this put here? Look, seems like the northern monkeys lived like animals, so us southern puffs could live the high life. Oh, what do you reckon to that, Paul?
I don't know like that. There was lots of southern puffs back in the day.
They were all dodging and diving. We were grafting. Ducking and diving, as you call it, baby.
Ducking and diving, yeah.
Listen, it's come up to our Paul, we've got a fast and
Oh, that's it.
But I don't want to put Bibby off or any others that don't understand where we're coming from. But that was our world, wasn't it?
Oh, it's Bobby. It's still my world, mate.
Yeah.
You know, up here in my head.
Yes.
It's still my world, and
yes.
I was saying to my daughter the other day, you know, I think I'm going through puberty again.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can't seem to get my ass out of bed. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's an insult to young'uns, that.
No, it's not, because half of them stay in bed all fucking day.
Anyway, hey,
I can't get my backside out of bed.
Listen, Paul.
Me
and thee have been fortunate enough to raise families that'll look after us. So we're lucky that way. Now, we've raised them, and it's their turn to look after us. So, hey,
yeah, well, I'll get the wheelchair out.
And a lot of people haven't got that, have they? They haven't got that family. So we're very fortunate.
I love my family.
You know, like the baby who probably we might as well be speaking a different language. He's a lovely lad, an understanding lad, and that's where you have to come together, isn't it, as different people and respect each other. And Bibby's got a lot of respect. Noxie has, Kelsey has, and I
think they all have
great respect. And
we've not had any dickheads in, have we? And
no.
Everybody sits there and listens and whatever. So
I mean.
Yeah. Anyway, people.
Sharon's older than me. She'd have been full on with this if she'd have stayed in. She'd, I remember. But yeah, she's another one that do anything for anybody.
Well, it's only giving, if anybody's watching later, it's only giving them a bit of a idea of what it was like back in the day. I'm not saying it was shit. You know, I enjoyed my childhood. It was lovely. I thought it was great.
Yeah. It was tough, wasn't it? You learn. We spent half his childhood learning.
Yeah.
If you didn't learn, you got a clip round lug.
Anyway, so did I.
Right.
And if you want a clip round rug, it was the poke around the ass. Not up the ass.
I'm just going to leave us with this, Paul, because it's past time now. Noxie's put a message there, a lovely message. Another great live, granddads. And it's plural. Call me. Big up the pair of you. Much love to my Levi too. That's a lovely thought, Noxie. I'm just going to wish everybody an happy Christmas, because it's Christmas Eve tomorrow. Oh, New Year brings everything you want. I'll be chatting with Paul, and we'll see whether we're doing one through middle of Christmas or not. I don't see why not if we're not busy.
If we're doing what for Christmas?
I wish doing another one of these in between Christmas and New Year.
We'll find out. Between New Year, yeah. Well, we're doing next Monday.
We'll let people know. Have a great Christmas, everybody. Noxie, Bibby, all the rest of you. I won't mention everybody because Paul can mention some of you. Have a great Christmas, and it's been wonderful again. And same to you, Paul, and I'll pass it over
to you, Bobby. Have a great time and enjoy yourself.
I'll let you talk to the people.
Folks, thank you for coming. Thank you for sitting and listening. And if you aren't already, hit the like, put a comment below. It all comes in handy. And if Bibby's there, he's got a fantastic channel. Bobby's there,
but we don't know where.
He's got a half fantastic channel. But we'll get there soon. He might get an early Christmas present. So
give Bibby and Paul my likes for now, because I don't know where I am.
So anyway, there you go. So
please leave a comment. The stream's about to finish. Leave your comment. Refresh the page. Leave a comment. You can't leave one now. You have to refresh it as soon as it's ended. Please do that. Respect.
Okay.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Take care. TTFN.
Bye-bye now.